Peace fam, P.A. Finley, ThePAFway coming at you live. Once again, the title of this video is going to be called Self-Science Part 6. In the beginning. And so where am I getting this information? How do I know what I know? Well, remember if you've been following my videos, I talked about knowledge and how far knowledge would take you. Well, during my research and search for self over the last 28 years, going on 29 now, I've absorbed a lot of information, okay? These are my findings, as it were. This is what I have found out thus far. Funny thing about self is that as you learn, you change. Because as you change, as you're growing and throughout the process. In other words, who I am today is not per se who I was 28 years ago, when I first started this journey when I was 22 years old. That's on one side of the coin. On the other side of the coin, I am the same. It's a bit weird. Sending out an atomic mushroom cloud explosion of love all across the globe. When do we not need that, right? Okay? But there is truth to this because, and remember people, what I want you guys to do is this. In all of my videos, in everything I'm communicating to you guys and I'm talking to you, I'm transferring information, I want you guys to feel, you know how they say, feel me? I want you guys to feel. There should be some connection. There should be something that what I'm saying fits with the other information that you've already retrieved. It should fit. What I'm saying to you should connect with you in a way that it's one of those things where, okay, so there's two types of knowledge, okay? There's the knowledge of this world, okay, which is important, okay? I'm not knocking the knowledge of this world. Obviously, I'm kind of like giving away which one of the knowledges that I ride with, but there's knowledge of this world, education, as it were, the sciences, the studies, okay, the universities, and then there's inner science or inner knowledge. There's this other stuff that is just as real. Who are you? Do you know who you are? Who are you? Do you know who you be? Who are you? Do you know the one you don't call? Who are you? Do you know the one you call me? Who are you? Do you know the soul inside you? Who are you? Do you know the spirit within? Who are you? Do you know where you're gonna go? Who are you? Do you know where you've been? Who are you? Do you know who you are? Who are you? Do you know who you be? Who are you? Do you know the one you don't call? Who are you? Do you know the one you call me? Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna jump in again. Remember we were talking about, in my last video, I talked about first grade and 12th grade and dropping the science all in one. Now we're gonna get into the meat. Now we're gonna get into the second grade to the 11th grade. Now we're gonna start dropping some real good stuff. Now, This stuff is my accumulation of knowledge and wisdom, and also additions from on high. Look, I know a lot of this stuff that I understand as real for me. It's coming from somewhere. And I'm sorry, today I don't know which way it came from my collective information or from, I don't, it's all meshed in. I can't tell you from which direction this stuff comes. And I'm gonna tell you something. As far as I'm concerned, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you think, I believe I don't have to tell you from which it came. Because what I'm doing is I'm putting it on the table and you go from there. Now you eat or you don't. That's your choice. I would suggest you eat, but I'm not gonna tell you to. Okay? You make the choice for you. If it fits, if it sounds right for you, I say do it. Now, let me throw this out there real quick. God, the capital G-O-D, is androgynous and not. It's not he. You know, it's this he thing. Masculizing God is like, that's really short-sightedness on our part. You know, God is both male and female and neither. And where the neither comes in is that when you get the two halves into one, it becomes something else. It's not either or, but both are there. And I want y'all to try to ride with me on this. I know this is going to be a little bit of, words is very limiting. And in my own lack of English vocabulary, you know what I mean? There are limitations to my own. I mean, there are words to describe a lot of what I'm talking about, but I don't know most of them. I got to a certain education level and let the rest of that stuff go. I got enough to say and speak and communicate, but on this level, I could have learned a few more words. Didn't, so I'm going to use what I know and go from there. Now, I'm going to assume that you understand what I'm saying. I know I'm not, you know, if you speak English, I'm going to assume you know what I'm saying. Plus, I don't want to speak to, I'm not speaking, you know, to the highly educated anyway. I'm speaking to the people on the bottoms anyway. And most of them don't understand half them big words anyway. And they like me. I'm not saying that they stupid, and neither am I saying they're not. But I know a few words, and I work those words around and to get my point across. So, in the beginning, okay, there was the one. There's all the one. And, you know, all-knowing, all-powerful, all of that, okay? And you can imagine, this is no time. There's no time, so ageless. No birth, no death, just the one. Listen, I know that's awesome. I'm sure that's awesome on 15 different levels that I'm unaware of. But I don't know about y'all, but I can get pretty bored with myself. You know? I can hang out with myself just so long, you know? Then I gotta get up and do something. You know what I mean? Because I can spend time with myself like for hours and be a whole lot happy going on. But after a while, I'm gonna need to do something. I'm gonna need to see somebody. I'm gonna need to talk to somebody. We're gonna have to do something. So, I imagine that God, at one particular point in time,
wanted to experience something else. I mean, what that means, it could be, whole libraries could be written on that alone. What that means. I'm just taking all of this and bringing it right here. That's all I'm doing. I'm condensing. Believe me, I'm condensing. Something that my brain can wrap around. You know. And so, you know, here comes, you know, I mean, you can just imagine from there. I mean, you're all knowing, so you figure out a way to make that happen. And in this scenario, on this level, which God might have done that in many different realities, okay? Probably that's the case. But in this reality, this universe that we live in, the known universe, for me it's clear that God divided God's self in half. Just right down the middle. Now there's a viewed and a viewer from both directions. And you know that split down the middle probably took place with a big bang. You know, even in the Bible, it's like God said, let there be light. And then there was light. That had to be one major event. And you look at right before God said let there be light, there had to be darkness. It was just a blackness that was forever good. It was okay, it was all right, but come on, and there's no time. So I'm trying to explain something. I'm trying to relay an image of time without time. Let's just say infinity. That's the only timeless aspect of time that we know. And we don't know that, we can just imagine it. And we can't even imagine it. But you understand what I'm saying. So, God created the heavens and the earth. All of that is speaking and talking about God's decision to separate God's self, oneself.
Do you know who are you? Where you been? Who are you? Who are we? It's an age-old question. To be or not to be? That was the question.